Welcome back to another reading of Hot Flash Divas. Today we are reading chapter 19 titled House Hunting. This chapter's a bit humorous. I hope you enjoy it. Sunday after lunch, I rang Joyce's doorbell. I filled my lungs with frigid air while I shifted from one foot to the other. She opened the door and smiled when she saw me. After pulling me inside the warm house, she wrapped me in her arms. I don't know what's gotten into that boy of mine. Do you think he's inhaled too many fumes from that embalming fluid? I suppressed a smile and shrugged. Joyce, I don't want to talk about this. He's made up his mind. I need to focus on finding a new home. Is he making you move out? No, I'm tired of the long commute to work. It seems like every day the price of gas goes up. She nodded her head in agreement. Ain't that the truth? Joyce, a petite spitfire, stood mere inches above 5 feet. It was difficult for me to believe she gave birth to such a tall son. Her manner of dress was as meticulous as her home. The only thing that didn't fit was her bulldog, Rex. A brute of a canine, he snorted, slobbered, and farted in fits of exuberance. I glanced around. Where's Rex? As if on cue, Rex rounded the corner and sped toward me. Before I could move behind Joyce, he latched onto my leg with his front paws and humped me. I struggled to stay upright. Joyce pointed her finger at Rex. No! I said no! Rex's tongue lolled out of his mouth. She snatched his leash off a nearby shelf, hooked it onto his harness, and yanked. Rex didn't release my leg. Jerked off balance, I pinwheeled my arms, trying to stay upright. Joyce yanked again. This time she put her entire 98 pounds into it. Rex let go, and I fell on my ass. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's with him. I stood up and brushed off my pants. I think it's time for you to have Rex neutered. He's become an out-of-control, sex-crazed dog. Perhaps you're right. I woke up this morning with Rex humping my thigh. Joyce wrestled the dog into his crate. I tried to help, but the leash kept getting wrapped around my legs. That task completed, we both sighed and straightened our clothes. I wanted to drive, but Joyce insisted that it would be easier if she did. Unlike my search with Jeremy, we had to call the realtor listed on the signs and wait until he or she arrived. The first house would need all the carpet ripped out. Even then, it might need fumigating. I can't believe anyone lives this way, Joyce whispered to me. It looked normal from the outside, I whispered back. I was getting that sinking feeling again. The second house was clean, but it was located across the street from a school, which would mean lots of traffic. My spirits dropped lower. The third house was almost the one. I felt my excitement rise as I moved from room to room. The floor plan was ideal for my needs. Does it have a fenced backyard? I asked the realtor. Yes, let's go look. I walked out onto a wooden deck that needed to be stained and spotted the jacuzzi. I felt my shoulders slump. A friend of mine once owned a jacuzzi. I knew about the upkeep and expensive chemicals, not counting the additional cost of electricity to run the pump. The owner had also priced the home in the upper range of what I was willing to pay. We thanked the agent for her time and walked toward the car. Now that I know what floor plan I like, we just need to find another house in the area with the same floor plan, I said. Joyce beeped open the car doors. That does narrow things down. We both agreed to keep looking and to alert each other if we found a possibility. Scene break. A week later, I drove through a neighborhood I didn't know existed and turned onto a street named Morning Star. At the end of the street, a for sale sign poked out of the yard of the last house on the left before the cul-de-sac. The exterior looked like the house I liked so much. I felt a clunk in my gut, like two pieces of a puzzle slipping into place. I called the agent listed on the sign, and she agreed to meet me the next day after work. I phoned Joyce. I may have found my new home. Can you meet me tomorrow after work to tour it with me? Sure, can. I could hear the smile in her voice. Scene break. The next day, Joyce and I looked at each other like two kids about to enter a toy store. My stomach fluttered and I reached down to rub it, but it didn't help. The agent handed me a sheet of paper with the floor plan. It was just what I wanted. My stomach fluttered as I walked inside. I stopped and my gaze traveled up. The high cathedral ceiling in the living room made it feel expansive and open. The carpet was a neutral color and was clean. I ambled around checking the smooth ceilings for cracks. The dining room joined the great room and was large enough for space for a full-size dining table. The kitchen was perfect with lots of storage, counter space, and convenient placement of the appliances. Next to the kitchen was a breakfast nook with a bay window, perfect for a bistro set. I love the floor of the space, said Joyce as she smoothed her hand along the granite countertop. The bedrooms on the other side of the living room, the agent pointed the way. Two decent-sized rooms were on the left. I knew one would be a guest room, the other an office. I placed the furniture in my mind. Between the guest rooms and the master bedroom was a bath with a tub shower combination. The master bedroom stopped me in my tracks. It was large with a tray ceiling. I can paint the inside of the tray sky blue and sponging clouds so I can wake to blue skies every morning. That would be pretty, said Joyce as she looked up. The master bath had double sinks and a large tub with jacuzzi jets for long, hot baths with a closet on each side. I can put my summer clothes in one closet and my winter things in the other. We walked back into the living room. Joyce's gaze roamed the area from this side of the house. I love the open floor plan. Me too. My cherry table and chairs ordered will look great in the dining room. In this house, I can entertain with ease. All I need is a guest bed and a dinette table for that breakfast nook area. Don't worry about it. You can eat in the dining room until you find one. Opening the back door, I walked onto a small covered porch. The backyard was fenced and large. This will be perfect for Buffy. She'll have plenty of room to run. I waved my arm in an arc to emphasize the space. The yard is flat too. You can cut 95% of it with your riding lawnmower. Best of all, the price was right. When I got home, Buffy pranced around me in greeting. I poured a glass of iced tea and took it to my room. After I had placed the glass on the desk, I scratched behind her ears. She squeezed her eyes shut and stood still. When I stopped, she ran to the door and whined. Todd was at work, so it was safe to give her the run of the fenced yard. I opened the door and she streaked out, barking. Settling on the chair, I opened my journal. I found my new home. I made an offer. For once, something is going right. Thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, or leave comments. I always enjoy those. Have a great day. Stay safe and stay well. Bye.